Hey, it's Chris Byer.
Chris Bowling,
Morning, CB.
morning. So
Talk
we're going to
about
talk about
one of our favorite topics, as you and I have spent a lot of time both being and doing, as coaching.
love it.
The athletic background, we both coached, and I think we've taken that into certainly we talked about coaching our clients to be better. But I want to talk about like coworkers, direct reports. There's a couple of different methodologies that we've identified that can work well, but somebody that is in that responsibility to coach needs to be aware of both. And
Challenge.
just walk through that. I think it's a challenge because I think we've seen that there's two types of people. One, they need consistent feedback, coaching, accountability to get better, and they need to be measured. They need to be tracked. They need to be checked in with all the time. And I
Right.
think that is something that we see a lot of HR teams focused on is I've got to do my reviews, I've got to do my
Right.
check-ins, I've got to do that to keep this person motivated and moving forward.
Yeah, I
What are your thoughts with that?
I struggle with that person just because you
Yeah.
and I are self-motivated, we're self-disciplined. I hate to say it comes from athletics because not every athlete is that way, but that's just how you and I are
Yeah.
made. And I need coaching to be more patient with that person because
Yes.
I
That's
because
fair.
I'm not. I just don't understand why I have to ask you to do the same thing 400 times. It should be
Yeah.
once, maybe one more time to just polish it up, and then you should be off and running. So
Yeah.
this is why I don't have a lot of direct supports because I'm just and thank goodness the one that I have is amazing. I mean, she just
Yeah.
does it. And
Yeah.
I think if I had a person like that on my team, I would need to go through some training to
Yeah.
just figure out how to deal with the person that's not self-motivated.
Yeah. But I think then on the other side of it, you talked about it just being self-driven. You and I just go do, and not I'm saying that humbly. We don't necessarily need somebody telling us every day
No.
what to do. We've figured that out. That's our drive. But I think what I see a lot of coaches fail to do is with somebody like you and me being an advocate for that person when they need help. I think
Yeah.
sometimes we recognize that in an organization, if that person is just, whoa, they've got it handled and they're going, we let them just go, and there's not a check in to say, how can I help you? And I think
Yeah.
that's so important because there's going to come a point where that person or that team member is going to need resources. They're going to need that advocate, and they need to know who's got their back.
The worst thing you could do for that person is ignore them because
Yeah,
they just do their job and then they don't feel appreciated and they'll find another employer that will.
yeah,
And that's hard
and
because again,
it's
I don't I don't want to be managed. I don't need
yes,
a attaboy. Just help me if I run into an issue. I think the other thing
yeah,
that we need help from time to time is keep us within our guardrails, right?
yeah,
Because we do see something we're like, we can attack that. We get outside of our scope when we should
yep,
delegate that to the right person that has the right skill
yeah,
set. I think that's the other thing that you can help that person that's self-motivated is you have to constantly keep them within their guardrails. Make sure that they
yeah,
understand where, keep your focus here. I'll help you on all these other things that are impacting your
yep,
performance, your life, but stay focused here.
yeah. And as you think through the year end reviews, all those things that are going on right now as we're recording this, I think you have to have two different approaches to it. If you're an organization to figure out, what style is this person? Are they needing to be coached and managed, or are they just going to do? But then understand how you get feedback,
Yeah.
because just like that, I think that's amazing what you said about the guardrails, because you and I both are guilty of not delegating enough because we can just get it done and move on, but yet is that our best use of time? And
Yeah.
I think teams are going to have both types of people on them.
We're very fortunate that the people that we report to help us. You know,
Yeah,
we've got two different people, and one understands that we don't need everything that he's really good at. We just need one or two things. And
yep,
then we have, another person that, excuse me, that runs our department so good at the organizational aspect that
yep,
I'm not. And I
yeah,
think, not to name names, but we are very fortunate that they recognize our skill sets, they recognize of what we're not good at,
yeah,
and we finally feel 100% supported. And and that's going to help us, have another great year, not only in what we do, but help our clients.
yes, absolutely. But yeah, just some thoughts as people are going through those reviews and trying to figure out what do we do for our team in 26. It is going to vary based on the person, the personality, and their skill
It
set.
better. Yeah. If you've got, here's my how I help my employees, you're going to kill the person that is an overachiever because they're like, this
Yeah.
is the worst review. It's boring. How do I get out of this?
Yes.
Yeah. Feed into their skill sets and help them where they're not good, you know?
Absolutely. No, well
Awesome.
said, CB.
Thanks, buddy.
Good to
We'll
see
see
you.
you. All right. Bye-bye.